The topic for debate at the start on a political debate program held at the Stein Studio Complex yesterday was, should the 13th Amendment to the Constitution be abolished? Let's take a quick look at some of the views that were expressed on yesterday's program.
පළාත් සභාව විෂයක් කියලා යම්කිසි කෙනෙක් ප්‍රකාශ කරන විෂයක් සම්බන්ධයෙන් නීති පනවන්න ගියාම
If a law is to be passed on the subject of provincial councils, and if even one provincial council is opposed to this, then a two-thirds majority is required in Parliament to pass the law. This factor is not contained in the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution notes that a law can be passed if the majority of states are in agreement. In this case, one province has the ability to debilitate the entire lawmaking process. Although this government has a two-thirds majority, we cannot believe that every government will gain a two-thirds majority under the prevailing election system. A single provincial council has the power to influence laws that are passed on the subject of provincial councils or parallel to that.
අනි පළාත් සභාවකට මේ බලය හම්බුලා තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි
මොකද්ද? පළාත් සභාවට කවුරුද දුන්නේ? මෙතුමන්ලා විරුද්ධ වුණා. JVP විරුද්ධ වුණා, ශ්‍රී ලංකන් දාස් පක්ෂ විරුද්ධ වුණා.
Who was against the provincial council system? They were against it. The JVP was against it. The SLFP was against it, and the LTTE too was against it. The extent to which the LTTE objected to this is made evident through the fact that we had to go to war to defeat that objection. After defeating the LTTE, the only factions from which we are facing objections to implementing the provincial councils are from these gentlemen and the JVP, because even the SLFP has now accepted the provincial council system. What we need to know now is if the TNA has accepted the provincial council system. While the TNA is saying that they have accepted provincial councils and is calling for an election and is requesting for those powers, they are preparing to oppose the system. Is this a good approach?
The remains of late parliamentarian Dr. Jala Jayawardena have been brought to his residence in Valigampitiya, Jayala. UNP MP Dr. Jala Jayawardena passed away while receiving treatment at a private hospital in Singapore at dawn yesterday.
Dr. Jala Jayawardena's remains were brought to a private funeral parlour in Boralla today from the Katunayaka International Airport, where they were brought to from Singapore this morning.
ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම එතුමාට ඒ වෛද්‍ය ගුණයේ ඒ අත්ගුණයේ තිබුණා. හැම විටම එතුමා ප්‍රතිකාර ලබා දෙන විට ඒ ප්‍රතිකාර ලබා ගන්නා වූ රෝගියා ඉක්මන් සුවය.
In truth, he possessed the qualities of a doctor. Whenever he treated a patient, the patient would get well soon. The demise of Dr. Jala Jayawardena, who rendered a yeoman service by treating a number of members of my family and a number of patients across the country, is an unbearable loss and sadness for us. We express our deepest sympathies and condolences at this time.
Jala Jayawardena මෙතුමාගේ මේ හදිසි අභාවයේ වියෝවේ අපි සියලු දෙනාටම දරා ගන්න බැරි කනගාටුවට කාරණාවක්. ඒ වගේම අපේ සාතිශය සංවේගය අපේ බලවත් ශෝකය මේ අවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රකාශ කර සිටිනවා.
The remains were brought to MP Dr. Jayawardena's residence in Valigampitiya at noon today. President Mahinda Rajapaksa too paid his final respects today.
There was no other parliamentarian who had international affiliations like him. He was a talented individual and a very knowledgeable politician. It is very unfortunate that we lost him when the country is in this state.
Rains were experienced in several parts of the island today with the activation of the southwestern monsoon. The Department of Meteorology says that intermittent showers accompanied by strong winds can be expected in southwestern parts of the island.
Colombo experienced intermittent showers since this morning. The rains were accompanied with strong winds and several areas in the city were flooded. The Department of Meteorology says that Colombo received 42 millimeters of rainfall between 8:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. today. Meanwhile, 14 students at the Indira Dawula Central College in Giriulla were hospitalized today after their classroom was struck by lightning. The students who were in shock following the incident were discharged after receiving treatment at the Dambadeniya Hospital. Furthermore, 141 people have been affected by strong winds that blew across areas coming under the purview of the Korale Pattu and Manmune Divisional Secretariats in Batticaloa yesterday. The Disaster Management Centre said about 40 homes were damaged by the winds. News First U reporters in a number of areas also captured footage of the adverse weather conditions.
Water had collected in areas near the Gampaha railway station and Main Street due to the heavy rains. Rain accompanied by strong winds have hampered day-to-day activities of people in Chilao. Heavy showers were experienced in Matara and Urubokka.
දැන් ඒ සුළම් ප්‍රවාහවල අபிසාරි බවක්. ඒ කියන්නේ සුළම් ප්‍රවාහ හමු වෙනවා. දැන් හමු වෙනන් පස්සේදී මේ වාතය
Heavy showers are experienced in the island owing to a convergence in the southwesterly wind flow. Thunder showers and lightning can also be expected. Rains have been forecast for the central and Sabaragamuwa provinces and the Galle and Matara districts. Batiklo, Ampara, Pothuwil, Hambantota, Kurunegala, Matale and Putlam may also receive rains.
හම්බන්තොට ප්‍රදේශය ඊළාට කුරුණෑගල මාතලේ සහ පුත්තලම් ප්‍රදේශවලත් වැසි ටිකක් බලාපොරොත්තු වීමේ හැකියාව තියෙනවා.
The Met Department also says that rough seas can be expected off the western and southern coasts of the island.
Leader of the opposition and the United National Party, Ranil Wickremesinghe, is following double standards regarding German non-government organizations. This is clear through statements made in Parliament by the UNP leader.
A workshop for United National Party parliamentarians on how to secure power was held recently and was attended by speakers coordinated by the Friedrich Naumann Foundation in Germany. The workshop was held at the official residence of the Mayor of Colombo. Speaking in Parliament a few days ago, party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe requested that investigations conducted into those who participated at the workshop be halted.
The police is planning to question and from the information I have, take into custody some of the members of the UNP. Let me first explain the background. Yesterday, the resident representative of the Friedrich Naumann Stiftung, Sagarika Delgoda, has been taken to the CID, questioned from 9 in the morning till 7:30 in the evening. Again today, on these issues, what was spent on them, a whole lot of questions had been asked. Now, if the police has finished questioning them, Mrs. Delgoda, I hear they are going to question her again and then come and take in some of the members. I have instructed my members what to do. We are taking it internationally. So I am asking you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, to convey this to the Speaker and ask the CID what they are doing. After all, I don't think they should be harassing Mrs. Delgoda anymore. But this harassment of Mrs. Delgoda, because she organized the workshop for the UNP, or at least not organized, she got down a speaker for a workshop organized by the UNP, and the harassment of our members who may be questioned must be stopped immediately.
However, when reformist members of the UNP highlighted and constantly reiterated the need for a new party leadership, Ranil Wickremesinghe, addressing Parliament, had this to say on NGOs. I don't think the media can change the leadership of political parties. That is our duty. We will do our work and fight inside the party. Someone complained and we saw Shirallah Tilaka, whose party membership has been suspended. I have told the German ambassador not to give him money because he gets money from various organizations and NGOs. Therefore, I also request the government to conduct an inquiry on whether these people received foreign funds.
So I am asking you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, to convey this to the Speaker, and the harassment of our members who may be questioned must be stopped immediately.
I also request the government to conduct an inquiry on whether these people received foreign funds.